Hi friends, Zoe here, and today I'm going to talk to you about something that I've personally dealt with in my life, and I think a lot of us have or will eventually have to deal with at some point in our lives, and that is anxiety. Anxiety is very difficult to deal with, especially when you find yourself feeling super anxious in a situation. I've dealt with all different types of anxiety in my life, from, not too bad to pretty bad. So I've decided to share with you 10 tips I have for dealing with anxiety. So tip number 1 is to remember to breathe. If you find yourself feeling super anxious in a situation, just take the time to focus on your breath. Oftentimes it can feel like somebody's physically sitting on your chest, and this is just because you're not getting enough oxygen into your body and panic arises because of that. So take a second or a few minutes to sit down, really gather yourself, and just focus solely on your breath. Don't focus on whatever it is that's running around in your mind, causing these crazy thoughts and worries. Just focus on breathing in and breathing out and breathing in and breathing out. Make sure you take a few seconds to do so and pause and just get the oxygen flowing throughout your body. My second tip is essential oils. I find that these really help me. So I have 2 different types here to show you. I have like a peppermint eucalyptus oil, and then I also have my meditation oil, which I've shown you before. So these both work very well for anxiety. The peppermint and eucalyptus smell just immediately calms me. So it's what you would expect it to smell like. Like with peppermint, when you smell it, it just kind of goes right up your nose and it makes you feel a lot more alive. That really helps me to soothe and calm, and especially get that heavy feeling off of your chest. So for this meditation oil, I got this at Whole Foods, I think for like $10 or $13 or something. And this is a very earthy smell. I have shown it before in my videos, but it's a very earthy smell. It really helps to calm me before I go to bed. So I put it on my wrists, and then I'll smell it and just breathe in and out, and then maybe take part in a meditation afterwards. My third tip is journaling. So I take time to journal every single day. I have a few different books for journaling. I have a smaller book, I have the 5-minute journal, which I've mentioned before, and I have a bigger journal. I write different things in all of these journals, but basically I think that it's very important to put your thoughts down on paper at some point in the day, because you really need to collect your thoughts and express your feelings, and writing is a great way to do that. I find it's very therapeutic for me at the end of the day to just kind of write what happened, or anything that's just going on in my mind that I feel like I can't talk about. If you can write it down, it almost sort of gets it off your chest and out of your hands. My friend Mac also recently did a video on a do-it-yourself gratitude journal, which is another alternative to, say, the 5-minute journal if you don't want to spend the money. So I'm going to link that video below because I found it very useful, and since then I've been taking part in a do-it-yourself gratitude journal every single day, and I promise it makes you feel so much more positive throughout the day, so you should definitely check it out. My fourth tip is taking time to meditate. So meditating can seem super simple, or maybe it can seem super difficult for you to do. And I don't think there's any right way of doing meditation. Actually, no, there isn't a right way of doing it. But basically how I meditate is I take time before I go to bed, as much time as I can, 10 to 20 minutes, maybe sometimes even more, to just completely relax, just power down everything, and just focus on clearing my mind of all thoughts. This helps me fall asleep a lot easier. Like I mentioned, the oils help too in helping me get into that relaxed state. There are also apps that can help you out with this too, like Headspace or Calm.com, which I'll link both of those below. Personally, I have used them and I think they're great, but I feel like when I meditate, I'm putting myself to bed, so I don't want to have any electronics on, but that just works for me. So I definitely recommend checking out those apps if you're new to meditation or thinking about trying it out. Tip number 5 is to power down. Whatever situation you're in, if you're at work and you're finding yourself super anxious, or you're at home or you're out for dinner or something, just take time to power down. Whether this is being at work and taking 5-10 minutes to just walk around the block away from your computer, away from your cell phone, Or if you're at home, just put your phone on airplane mode. I find that by powering down, I'm really just focusing on my inner self and not what's going on in the world and not being stimulated by all different types of news out there or different people. I'm just taking some quality time to myself, and I find that this is very useful. I have mentioned before that I do shut off my phone. I try to at 9 p.m. anyways, onto airplane mode every night, and while I'm sleeping I always have my phone on airplane mode. So it's something that I definitely recommend. It has worked for me, so I hope that it can work for you. Tip number 6 is positive visualization. So say you find yourself in an anxious situation, maybe you're on an airplane and you're just feeling super anxious about the flight, you don't enjoy taking off or landing, things like that. Just close your eyes and visualize something positive. Visualize yourself maybe on a beach relaxing or in your own bed, just getting ready for sleep. Just visualize something that you find comforting, relaxing, something familiar to you. By positively visualizing something like this, you're putting your mind into that relaxed state. There's so many tests out there that have been done on athletes visualizing themselves in competitions, and it's crazy because their heart rates and their brains are firing as if they're actually in the competition. So positive visualization is something that truly works. So I definitely recommend trying that out next time you find yourself in an anxious situation. Try and focus on a peaceful situation and yourself being in that peaceful, positive situation, and I promise you're going to start to feel better really fast. Tip number 7 is to listen to positive music. So I did a video before on how to get yourself out of a rut, so I'm definitely going to link that one below for you guys. And I mentioned that I listen to positive music and maybe go for a run or something, but positive music in general will get you into a light and airy mood. And if you're feeling down, I definitely don't recommend listening to sad music or angry music. You want to get your vibes up, so listen to something that's either calming or just super positive and motivating, something inspiring. Listen to whatever it is that gives you good vibrations. Tip number 8 is the countdown app. So there's this app that I've used in the past to help me rid myself of anxiety, and it's the countdown app, because I'd put in every significant date in my life, say if it's birthdays, holidays, even like little things that were going on, a dinner date that I had, something like that. So I'd put in all of these events into my countdown app, and whenever I might be feeling anxious or sad or upset in a certain situation, if you take time to look at your countdown app and see that you have so many amazing things to look forward to, you're really going to focus in on the fact that it's not a bad life that you're dealing with, it's just a bad day or a bad hour or a bad 10 minutes, and it's going to pass, and there are amazing things on the way for you. There's positive days and smiles just ahead, so I found that this is a great reminder. Tip number 9 is to drink tea. Tea is so relaxing and so comforting, and I especially like to enjoy tea before bed, but I also like to enjoy it at work. I find that it generally calms me, it's warming, relaxing, and comforting. And if you find yourself feeling anxious, just unplug, like I said, and make yourself a nice cup of tea, and you're going to feel a lot better. Tea is like a warm hug. So think about it. If you're sad and all you want is a hug, tea is like its own hug in a glass. So yeah, it works for me. I hope that it works for you. Tip number 10 is to be proactive about ridding yourself of possible anxieties. So say if it's a specific person that's giving you anxiety, your messy room is giving you anxiety, your unorganized planner is giving you anxiety, figure out what it is that's triggering your anxieties, and then work on fixing that, or work on cleaning your room so you don't have to come home to that and feel anxious that your room's messy. Figure out what it is that is making you anxious and decide to change it. Be proactive. Take the effort for your own personal well-being and your own personal health. If you can take care of yourself and rid yourself of these anxieties on a day-to-day basis, slowly but surely you're going to find yourself a whole lot happier, and you're also going to have amazing habits like being organized or being clean, and that's going to be great for you too. So I hope that you guys enjoyed my 10 tips for dealing with anxiety. If you have any additional tips, leave them below. We can all help each other out here. And don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe below if you haven't already. And I'll be seeing you again very soon. Bye!